Welcome back everyone to more career mode gameplay of SRX the game. And in today's video, well, you can see it shining bright at the top of the screen. It is time for our very first showcase event at Eldora of all places. The 1/2 mile track. We're going to need everything here. We're going to need lots of grip and also as much horsepower as we can muster. And that means it's time for our first engine upgrade. So if you take a look in the bottom right hand corner, engine 1 of 2. So that's our starter engine. We need to improve that because a 1/2 mile track is huge by our current standards. So let's hop into the engine. We want to purchase, that's right, in the bottom middle, we want a +8, or in our case a +6 in performance, 8 out of 10 overall, and 70% durability. It's going to cost us 15 grand, but that is why we make the money, so that we can make these purchases. Purchase and equip. And before I forget, let's go ahead and sell our standard one. We're going to get $643. We'll take it. Okay, I like it. So that, if we back out, we have now reached 20% upgraded on the car. We're now at 23%. So we're at 28 of 28. Now we don't have to do any repairs. I'm going to go ahead and do that just so we can get our durability back up to max and just keep it there race after race. It only costs a couple of $100, so it's certainly worth it in my eyes. So if we come down to that suspension, $6,750, that is a huge number. But the other big thing that I want to take a look at is actually under manage company. So at this point, for all intents and purposes, we have maxed out our level 1 car. Now I know the suspension isn't quite there, but based on our goals and our level of performance versus the amount of money we spend, so our efficiency, I am thinking that it's time to move up to a level 2 team. And in order to do that, we need to go to Manage Company. And let's go to Racing Teams. Where is that exactly? Facilities, there we go. So it costs 5 grand and we have just enough to make this happen. So if I press on upgrade, do we want to upgrade? Absolutely we do. So now we are a level 2 facility. And I'm hoping that this means we will start to attract some personnel. So right now we don't have any personnel available. We're a struggling team, small team. So I'm hoping that we can start to bring some of these in over time. And then of course now you notice that we can hire a team driver. Not that we're quite ready for that just yet, but this is a huge step for us. We're now a level 2 team, and you notice at the top of the screen it says facility level 2, a large garage with pneumatic tools. Hey, so we're moving up in the world. We now have, instead of a small rented garage, we have our very own spot in the world to claim as a real race team. So it's real now. So let's hop over to the accounting and just take a quick look. So I like to bring you guys over here from time to time just so that you can see some of the screens in the game. Our lifetime earnings is at 35 grand. Our lifetime expenses is at 30 grand, but keep in mind some of these are upgrades to facilities. But so far, this is pretty awesome. We're going the right direction. We're doing all the things we need to do in order to be successful. But our ultimate aspiration is, of course, to make it all the way to the SRX series. But for right now, we want to be a level 3 team with a car that is competitive enough that we can really compete for podium finishes, A-main victories, and ultimately a championship. So as we head to Eldora, the first place prize, $17,500. So that's even better than what we saw in our previous race, which was quite a bit better than what we saw in race number 3 of the season. So it's going the right direction. So we're going to get even more money. But now, before we head down the road too much farther, what is most likely going to be our next upgrade will be the tires. And now we can move into the level 2 tires. And you can see here, the max here in performance is 20 instead of 10. So if we want 18 out of 20, it's going to cost us 10 grand. So that is the next on my radar. And of course, you can see in the bottom left, it's going to give us a +10 on performance, plus 10% on durability and a little bit more car condition as well. So this is what's firmly on my radar for our next upgrade. That gets me more and more excited every time I look at it. But right now, we're headed to Eldora. Practice and qualifying now in the books, and you can see we were pretty close to our goal time. Practice goal time, 14:87. We were at 14:97, so right around a 15 flat, and then qualifying very similar to that. Now, I will tell you that I had to reduce the difficulty. So we have been using expert. I had to go down one level to hard because we were way off the pace. In fact, we qualified dead last at expert mode. It was bad. So we were going to have no shot there, so I had to go down one level to hard mode. I'm not sure if that had anything to do with the fact that we just upgraded to a level 2 team, even though we haven't done any level 2 upgrades. Who knows? But I did need to go down to hard mode so that we could at least have a shot at some fun racing. Now, again, here, I would expect very much the alphabet soup to be in full effect. So our goal here is to get through as much of that as we possibly can, because if you take a look in the top right-hand corner, these are our goals. Now, the Lakeside Media, we earn with the top 60. So basically, by virtue of showing up and racing, we get that one. But we want Racing Optics, which is a top 45. That is what we're shooting for. And of course, we'd like to do a lot better than that if possible. So let's find out.
Number 3, the top 3 advance directly to the A main. Good luck.
All right, top 3 advance to the A main. Boy, wouldn't that be amazing? Again, I can't wait until we get a strong enough car that will be a realistic goal for us at the hardest difficulty. That's the key. We could turn down the difficulty and get there right now, but that is no fun. Boy, look at these guys go. They are taking off and leaving me. In fact, there's a guy underneath me that I feel like was probably about to punt me out of the way. So I gave him some room there. We're going to try to get back by him, but yeah, he was pressuring us pretty hard and heavy. Oh, I felt like we got a little love tap there from behind. But you can see these guys are on us very hard right now. That's some fun racing, actually. I'm trying to give them enough room down at the bottom that if they can hang it, then they can have the position. There you go. A little love tap of our own. Return the favor. Oh, look at this. These guys are trying to wreck. One of them did. And this is just a heat race, folks. We haven't even got to the mains yet. All right, so right now, trying to feel out the car. I did run a few extra laps of practice, not because I intended to, but because, well, we had to actually exit the game so we could lower the difficulty some. So that meant getting a couple extra laps, just so we could have a couple laps on the board for practice. All right, so somehow this guy has run us back down from behind, even though he spun out. So this dude must have a lot of speed if he can run us down after spinning out. That doesn't make me feel better about the level of speed in our car right now. Okay, here come the leaders too, as well. Maybe that's who I was seeing. Maybe it wasn't the guy in 10th position. How about that? We'll use that. That'll help us feel better. Right now, I'm just trying to stay out of these guys' way. I can't tell exactly how many of them are coming through, but I do know I don't want to mess them up because we're not really racing for anything right now. We don't have the speed for it. And so there you go. 9th position. We did not finish last. It's a start. And as expected, we're headed to the E main. Let the alphabet soup begin.
E main, where the top 5 finishers will advance to the D. Good luck to all.
That's right, top 5 advance to the D main. So this ought to be fun. Now we're starting in 3rd position. We're actually starting on the inside. That never happens for us. All right, let's see if we can get some momentum here on the bottom. See if we can get some grip down here. Of course, you can easily run this track wide open. Now you can do that pretty much with all of them, for the most part. But right now, with the line we're running, again, I'm just trying to get some grip. I'm trying to get clear of these guys as best we can, and then we'll work from there. But right now, we are in the lead. And boy, do I like being in the lead. We've seen this play out before in the E main, so we want to, first things first, we want to take care of business. 25 laps, this being a showcase event and a premier track. Your main events are going to be a little bit longer, and I'm definitely okay with that. Because for us, that means if we're able to keep working our way through the main events, then we're going to get a lot of laps. Yeah, this car is a lot of fun to drive, the 305 in general, and I'm just imagining that's going to get even more fun as we continue to upgrade the chassis. But right now with this setup, again, I'm very much on the tight side of the scale on the recommended setups for control. It much more closely matches my driving style and the way I prefer the car to feel. But the car feels pretty good, all things considered. As I continue to talk about with these recommended setups, they do seem to use a lot less wedge than I would prefer, but and that's why I generally go much toward the tighter side. All right, not bad. I am seeing these guys disappear in our mirror, and that is always a good thing. So now the next thing is, do we get to lap anybody? It's always fun to not be the guy getting lapped and actually get to lap a few folks here and there. But right now, I don't see anybody in front or behind me. And I am running wide open at this point, simply because there's nobody around us. I don't have to really worry about maintaining a certain lane or a certain groove on the track. I can pretty much just play around with the car as much as I want. Not necessarily the fastest lap times that I'm putting down right now. The car's still sliding around quite a bit. You can see I can easily pitch the car into the corner and get it to rotate like I need. So yeah, overall, pretty happy about it. No complaints about the handling of the car. We'll see how that continues when we get into the D main, and then hopefully an opportunity at the C main as well. The C main is kind of where we have stopped so far in our career. We haven't really been able to make it out of that. We don't quite have the car, but remember, our very next upgrade is going to be a huge upgrade in our tire grip. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what that can do for our performance as we start to get into a much better car. Okay, these guys, where are they going? They're sticking to the bottom. So, are you going to give me any room on the outside here? No, not really. Not really giving me a whole lot of room anywhere. We're going to keep hammering through here, though, because that is the most fun. Now, in real life, you might not want to cut some of these as close as we are right now, since you're lapping guys. But yeah, here in the game, we can just let it ride, because we have a huge lead. I would assume, since we haven't seen anybody in our rearview mirror for a very long time. All right, I'm trying to stick down here on the bottom, but I'm riding the brakes a little bit going through the corners because I'm not exactly sure who's going to pull down in front of me that we're trying to lap. So yeah, I can. In fact, you can probably hear the engine bog down a little bit. That's because I'm riding the brake, just trying to make sure because I can't tell exactly where everybody's at around me. So I want to make sure that if they pull down in front of me, that I've got enough opportunity to try to slow down further or move to a different groove. Alright, so far so good. Nobody's really pinched me off too bad. For the most part, once they see me down here, they're giving me enough room. Alright, so we're coming to the end of the race, lap 24, and now the final lap. So nobody really in front or behind us as far as lap traffic goes, so we'll just breeze through this final couple of corners, and we'll bring home the victory in the E-Main. It might be in the E-Main, but it is a victory nonetheless. Now it's time for the D-Main.
The top 5 finishers in this race advance to the C-Main. Good luck out there.
That's right, top 5 going to the C-Main. And this is where it starts to get difficult. We need to ensure that we advance, first and foremost. Alright, so let's hug this bottom pretty good right now as things start to get really intense here for a few laps. I'm trying to stay out of all that contact. So another 25 lapper here in the D-Main. So I am lifting right now, again, just to try to stay out of some of this traffic and the log jam that they're creating. We don't want any of that contact. We want to stay away from all that, because what we want is at the end of the race. Oof, that felt like contact. It might have just been some rough part of the track. It felt like we got a little love tap there in the back end, and we got a blue car back here that is all over us. So it would not surprise me if we didn't get a little love tap. Oh, look out, he's right there again. All right, we're out here in third. Oh, that was a terrible corner. Terrible corner. I tried doing that one without lifting and still trying to keep it down relatively low, but I don't think we're quite ready for that with this setup and car combination. Not if we want to maintain speed, that is. Alright, so right now what I want, we're firmly in the top 5. So that part is not an issue. I want second. And then if we can get to second, then I will focus my attention on hunting down the leader. But right now I want second. Because remember, every position we gain here inside the top 5 simply means that we start that much more forward in the next main. And the farther forward we start, the better chance it gives us of getting into one of those transfer positions. All right, so we're side by side here. We should be able to get this done here in a few corners, hopefully. He's hanging out there. That tells me he's got some nice speed. All right, so we cleared him. Now let's see if we can put a little distance there, and at the same time, set our focus on the leader. But that blue car is still back there. So second place is ours for now. We just need to clear this blue car, and hopefully we can make some inroads into the leader. He is running some good laps out here. I can't do anything with him right now. So what I'm doing right now as far as driving the car, there's a lot going on. I'm not sure how much you guys can hear of the engine noise and all that, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot of, you can hear the gravel and the rocks and so on hitting the car, but I am running wide open, but I am lightly tapping the car, or tapping the brake on corner entry, just to settle the car a little bit and help with the rotation of the car, help to steady it as much as anything. But that gets the rear end pitched out and gets the car rotated nicely without really over-rotating, which is exactly what I am looking for. I mean, if you want the car to just drive dead sideways, then yeah, you can certainly do that, but it's not really all that fast. So that's what I'm doing right now. It seems like best case scenario going through the corner is that my wheel is turned to the right about somewhere around 45 degrees at the most. If it's any more than that, it seems like I'm scrubbing speed. Alright, so now that we are, oh yeah, we're well past halfway in this race. I haven't been paying attention to the laps. We got 8 laps left, and we have almost caught the leader. So something is working out well for us. Whatever it is I'm doing here, it must be working pretty good. Trying to get right down to the bottom, not directly to the wall necessarily, but I want to get all the way down as far as I can. And did we just complete that pass on the leader? We did. So yeah, this is about as low as I want to get, not quite to the wall. This is where the car is handling the best for me right now. Because with that slight tap to the brakes on corner entry, that settles the front end and the car overall and gives me control and allows me to put the car where I want in the corner. All right, 4 laps to go, and yeah, car's feeling really good right now. Really good. This is easily our best chance to make it beyond the next main into, can we even dream right now of making it to a B main? You can see we hit some bumps there in the track, and that caused me to go up the track a little bit more, but I'm trying to test the limits right now because we're going to need this bottom groove going forward into the next main. So I want to see how far I can get down there before it really starts to hurt the car and the speed overall. I know if I back out a little bit to like right in here, another groove higher, then we can get some pretty good speed there. So that may be about as far as I want to chance it. Alright, so as we finish up the last couple of corners, we'll bring home another victory. First a victory in the E main, now a victory in the D main.
The C main is up next. The top 5 finishers in this race all advance to the B main. Good luck out there.
That's right, top 5 advance to the B main. You guys know the drill. We won in that B main. We have not been able to do that so far in our career, but we want to make it happen today. Do we have the speed necessary? So I'm going to try to stick it to the bottom here, and hopefully we can stay out of all this contact that is surely happening over the first 3 to 5 laps. I see a lot of guys running sideways very close together, and that generally means contact is about to happen. You see the best in the world do it on a regular basis, being able to stay off of each other for the most part. But yeah, so difficult. Ouch. Okay, so much for the no contact. That guy just ran us out of the way, which is exactly what you would figure he would do. All right, so we're sliding backwards right now. Okay, top 5 is not within our grasp currently. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to have to start searching around. Once again, we got 25 laps. Oh, slid up the track there. That certainly wasn't helping anything. But we got to find a rhythm, which is very difficult considering the number of cars that are around us. But we need to find a rhythm so that we can put down some really good lap times, make up some positions, and so on. That blue car that we're trying to pass right now, is that the guy that was hounding us earlier? It may be. Maybe down a little bit too low right here in the corner. All right, that's probably better right there. there's a hint of green down there, like for grass or something, and I'm trying to stay off of that, but at the same time, yeah, at the same time I'm trying to stay off of these guys around me, and that didn't work out so well in that last corner. Slide job from the blue car. Let's see if we can repay the favor, get that position back. Not quite. Maybe this corner. Maybe we can get position on him his corner. Oh, nope, got a little too loose in the corner there. Rear end sliding out a bit too much. But this is some fun racing. Not necessarily for the position I would prefer, but some fun racing nonetheless. There are people right behind us stacked up, people in front of us having some good racing. This is what you want. You want to have to earn it. And right now, if we're going to make up any positions, we're definitely going to have to earn them. Okay, now we've got a little bit of open track. Let's see if I can put together some decent laps and cut down this lead that the next two cars in front of us have. Remember, it's not just about the top 5. If we can't make it to the top 5, then we want every position we can get, because that increases our payout. And right now, what I'm thinking is our next upgrade to the car is going to be those tires, and it's going to be a huge increase in performance, a plus 10. And that I am very much ready for. Oh, missed my corner entry there. Didn't really hurt anything, but gotta fit it right on that line that I want. All right, and I think we're slowly reeling them in, but much too slow at this point for what we need, because we're running out of laps. I can't tell you how much I would love to do this in real life, to learn how to drive these cars. And of course, I'm kind of like that with most anything. If it's a race car, I want to drive it. All right, so 11th position. He's doing a good job there. He's making it very hard for me to get right to him. I mean, you can see, for the most part, I've caught him at this point. It's just going to be a matter of how do I get by him, because he's running a very similar groove to me. So I'm going to try a little bit earlier entry into the corner, see if I can get below him. But now we've got company behind us. I don't know if that's the leader or if that's for position. Nope, that's the leader. All right, let's see if we can take advantage and follow the leader through. Can I get in there? Oh, I'm so close. I'm so close. Can we hold him off? Oh, he's coming back. Oh, this is fun. This is so much fun. He is right there. And on one hand, I want to get right down to the bottom. But on the other hand, I don't want to cut him off. I'm not trying to wreck him. I just want to maintain this position. So I want to make it difficult on him like he did with us. But I definitely want to give him room when he's there. Because if you're watching that virtual mirror at the top of the screen, you could see him really working hard to get back by us. And I don't know. So Mike Martinez wanted back by us. So we were a lap down. There were only 8 cars left on the lead lap at the end of that race. That was, yeah, that leader, when he came by us, was moving. That was some serious speed. That is a lot faster than what we're running right now. And it just goes to show you, as much fun as we're running right now, we're still at the back of the field. We haven't quite gotten up to midfield yet with our car performance. So we got a long way to go, and then of course when the leader comes by and lap you like that, you get a chance to see what it's like a little bit farther toward the front. But remember, these aren't the fastest cars. We're in the C main, and that was the leader of the C main. So yeah, we got a long way to go before our car is max performance, and I'm excited by that prospect. Seeing that guy come back to lap us makes me think we'll be there someday. Not soon enough, but we will be there. Let's now move on through the final screen. Since we did not make it into the B main, we're not quite there. But 41st overall, I believe that's good enough to keep our same sponsor for next year. I believe that's right, wasn't it? Top 45, I believe, was the goal there. And we came in 41st. So, that was a lot closer than I would like it to be. But there you can see on the right-hand side of the screen, our standing right now so far in the season, 37th. So that's pretty good. And a lot of that comes from Durango Park. We had a great race at Durango Park that has really helped us out quite a bit. Now, the race earnings. What do we end up with? Ooh, just over 10 grand. Is that enough for the tires? I don't remember how much the tires cost. I really, really want that to be enough for the tires. $10,148 is what we got in the bank. And when we come back next time, we're going to find out, do we have enough for that next tire upgrade? But for today, that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and stick around for more SRX, the game.